Bikes lined up on the grid for the first round of the Western Underwriters Superbike Series for 1984. This, the first of two heats to be held at Symmons Plains. 10 laps, 24 kilometres, and this is the way the lead bikes will line up. Rob Phillips on a brand new Suzuki. Jeff Thin on his Suzuki. Malcolm Campbell on the Honda. Also with Andrew Johnson, Simon Jones, Roger Hayes should be watched on the second row of the grid on 163. Mark Lith goes back on the third row on 20. It's a hot field. Rod Cox is on 4, Bruce Fox 5, further back in the field as they jump away. It's 12 laps in fact, because all rounds in the Western Underwriters Series have to be 12. Phillips on the inside, but Hayes possibly going to round him up. But Phillips will come out. No, he won't. Hayes guns it out. Leaps away.
This is the debut of Roger Hayes' big 1000cc Suzuki. Malcolm Campbell down the inside now, takes over third position. Hayes in the lead into the braking area. Here comes Phillips, the reigning champion, 3 times Australian Superbike champion. It's Andrew Johnson in third position on bike 7. Malcolm Campbell challenging him on bike 3 and takes him.
Jeff Thin's behind him on 2. And on 8 is Rob Scollier in 6th place. 4 was Rod Cox going through. 60 tail end.
Rod Cox, incidentally, on a standard Honda VF 1000R, but the world debut of that production bike here today. As now Phillips and look at the bike shake down the back straight. They are hitting 240 kilometres an hour. Peaking in 5th gear.
Suzuki's 1 and 2, Honda 3 as Campbell charges onto them. Johnson dragging in behind him. Campbell second. Somehow found his way around Rob Phillips there. Four of them separated by nothing.
Here they come.
5th place, Mark Lithgow. Hayes, Phillips, Campbell now, and Johnson. Campbell
goes for the inside run on Phillips. Phillips not used to his machine, gets a wheel stand, and Phillips has got handling troubles. You can see it on the bike, but it's only his superb riding ability that's keeping it where it is on Roger Hayes.
2 4-cylinder inline Suzukis up front, 1000 cc's, 2 V4 Hondas, 860 cc's only, 3rd and 4th, as Campbell's bike handling beautifully, rounds it up, makes tenths of seconds on all round the back. Vast difference around the tight section of the circuit. Loves the ground clearance and nearly hits the lead.
Hayes not with a lot of riding experience under his belt in the last year or so, and he's carving up Campbell now. Campbell, the front fork's working overtime there in the braking area.
Campbell, in fact, doesn't use any rear brake when he brakes. He front brake only, and doesn't he get out of that hairpin beautifully? But not good enough. 1000 cc's dominates with Hayes. Phillips looking for the inside, gets
and he's got it.
Beautiful riding.
Campbell under both of them.
And if he leads into the tight section now, he'll pull quite a lead by the start-finish line. Watch him. Campbell might be able to capitalise on this. Look at him run away. He knew the importance of that. Good thinking, Malcolm Campbell. Difficult over the crest there. Should suit the good handling Honda. Oh, look at him. He pulled a second.
Hayes just holding out Phillips. That's fine. And here comes Johnson now down the inside on bike 7.
That was very good riding by Campbell.
And now it's the Hondas take over first and second position from the Suzukis of Hayes, with Phillips in 4th place. And suddenly Phillips is there again.
seconds in the lead and nothing over second, third and fourth.
Rob Phillips back into second position. Andrew Johnson in third.
Former race leader Hayes fourth. Absolutely composed. A great bit of riding in the last lap or so by Malcolm Campbell.
A well-developed Honda 860s against two brand new Suzukis, both having their race debut here today at Symonds Plains.
On their sixth lap. This is a 12-lapper. Keep working it back down through the gears to second as he comes into the hairpin. Get the body a long way off it. 31-year-old builder from just outside Launceston.
Phyllis now right behind Andrew Johnson.
And they've cut Campbell's lead by half. Johnson and Phyllis hauling him in. And very close to him round the back section, getting there by sheer determination.
Johnson's bike, believe it or not, a bit tired. It's just come back from Malaysia, arrived here only yesterday after Campbell and Johnson last weekend won the Malaysian 4-hour endurance race on that machine. It's still got the same engine in it and indeed very much the same gearing.
Too much for Hayes' bike, who's falling back in fourth place. The bike completed only last Tuesday, but for that matter, Robbie Phillis's is just as recent. Campbell's the bike that he debuted at Bathurst last Easter, but fell off during the RI race fairly early on.
It's Andrew Johnson on his teammate.
And a blow-up in from Roger Hayes in fourth place.
Right behind this, Hayes has blown the bike. Campbell holds out Johnson. Phyllis behind him, and with the amount of oil that's been spread down the back straight, the riders are going to have to be terribly careful next time round.
Campbell nearly off it. Big warning there for the man who won the last Castrol 6-hour when Johnson wasn't cleared fit to ride. There's Hayes trailing smoke, still going, so he hasn't blown it too badly. But surely will pull out soon.
Johnson almost gone.
And Phyllis through on him. And you see there the gap he's pulled, but Johnson recovering quickly, takes third or hangs on to it. Still 0.6 of a second only separating the first three.
57.5 seconds they've just done unofficially. That is the outright lap record held for 5 years by Greg Pretty on a Yamaha TZ750.
And 7/10 of a second faster than the best qualifying time for the Touring Car Championship round.
The touring car drivers in the pits will be going wild.
Yes, particularly the Marlborough Holden dealer team were planning to bring Rob Phillis's bike over. He wasn't ready to come over in the transporter, but they still brought over tyres spared for him and will take it back. John Harvey being a great mate of Rob Phillis's, and Phillis having a test drive with him just a little while ago, although not in one of their race cars.
Well, perhaps one of their race cars, so you could say it was the Group A car for next year, which was sensible. Now, Phillis going on Campbell. Johnson ranging up behind.
Phillis
Could
into the lead.
Anyone in the braking area is Phillis in the lead. Now Johnson takes over. Campbell's got a problem.
The only problem being that two riders have passed him.
No, it is Campbell in second position. More than a second under the Superbike lap record. Rob Phillis in the lead.
9 laps completed, 3 remain.
Malcolm Campbell down the inside of him.
Phillis to ride a 900 Kawasaki this year in production races. Johnson and Campbell, of course, will be riding the V4000 Honda, new bike on the market. Phillis now so smooth, so easy on the machinery, glorious through the high-speed stuff, into the lead from Campbell. Johnson. Look at that for the first three bikes after more than 20 kilometres of racing. Unbelievable stuff.
And it's Campbell. It's Phyllis. Oh.
10 completed, 2 electrifying laps remain. Well, if you reckon you know who's going to win, you're ahead of us, because surely it's open.
Slower bikes coming up to be lapped, they could be a factor.
The only one of the leading four that hasn't been in the lead is Andrew Johnson. Roger Hayes has now dropped out. Very shrewd, very cool under pressure. Malcolm Campbell probably a little bit more fiery, a little bit more likely to get the bike a bit sideways and untidy. Andrew Johnson had a drop in the first round of the Australian Road Racing Championship on the 500 V3 Honda when a brake securing lever broke.
They hit each other there. Watts lapped on bike 69. Here comes Campbell looking for a way through the inside. Phyllis won't give it to him. Well, why should he?
Completed 11 there on their final. Malcolm Campbell do it round the back as he did previously. Phyllis knows he'll be trying. Campbell checks himself on Johnson, then hightails out after Phyllis.
Johnson's too far back to be in contention now.
And Phyllis is too well placed, I think the only winner of the NGK series in the times that has been held, Robbie Phyllis, might have it covered as Campbell closes, tries to use the Honda's handling. And it is not all over.
They come under brake. Phyllis, Campbell can't do it. Phyllis with a dynamic brake.
1.5 corners to go, and it's got to be Robbie Phyllis. And it is Rob Phyllis, the first round of the Western Underwriters Superbike Series for 1984 from Malcolm Campbell with Andrew Johnson in third position.
For what has been